Look, man, I saw him pulling into the yard and he was swerving all over the place.
You say this happened after hours? Did anyone else see it?
No, it was last Thursday when I got in from a long-haul trip. It was about 9:30 and he looked really, really tired already, you know, bags under his eyes and all that. He was just coming in to get ready for his overnight run to Portland when I saw him.
Geez, what was that?
Hey, Ed, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Just getting ready to go to Portland again. How was your trip to Florida?
Whoa, was it ever long? I'm sure glad to be home. I'm tired. You okay, Ed? I thought I heard something over there. Did you run over something up there?
Nah, I'm okay. I'm just a little tired. I didn't see those cans up there. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning.
6? You gonna make that 9-hour run to Portland okay? You look wiped out.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Are you sure? Come on, let's go inside. Let me give Don a call. Maybe he'll let you grab a couple hours sleep before you have to take off.
No, it's okay. I've got to get this load there by morning. Just leave me alone. I'll be okay.
Come on, Ed.
No, look, I gotta go. Mind your own business.
Yeah, but come on, hey. And that's when he came back out of the building. He was really wired.
Okay, Bob. Let's slow down here a minute. Tell me exactly what he was acting like.
Well, he was in there about 10 minutes, and when he come out, he was really acting totally different than before. He wasn't sleepy anymore, he was talking unusually loud, and he looked really nervous and jumpy. Like I say, he was really wired. It just kind of reminded me of what they told us in that drug awareness class.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he could have made that trip to Portland without some kind of help. I know I couldn't have after being awake all that period of time.
Look, Bob, I know Ed. He's been here for a number of years like me, and he's really been a good employee. In fact, one of our best drivers. I can see you're concerned, Bob, and I'm concerned too.
Yeah, I just thought you should know.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Bob, and I'll take it from here.
Look, I worked for a company that went under because one driver was using drugs and he ended up killing himself and 3 other innocent people. 20 guys just like me lost their jobs. I just don't want it to happen again.
Oh, boy, I can't believe this is Ed we're talking about. It's just not like him. He's been such a good driver for years now. But, you know, come to think of it, I've seen Ed acting a little strange lately. Am I coming across to you loud and clear?
Look, I don't know. I just must have forgot it, that's all. It's hard to remember what you've done when you're filling out those log books.
Ed, look, you've got to stay on top of these logs. Every time there is a change in the duty status, you've got to log it. Look at this stuff here. You can't wait to do it later. You got to stay on top of these
I need to talk to you, man.
What can I do for you?
I need to get an advance on my paycheck. It's really important. I really need it.
Come on, Ed. You know company policy.
No, come on, please.
We don't give checks out until Friday, okay?
Oh, man, come on. What do you...
Looks like I got a little research to do here.
Drug abuse in the workplace has become a major concern in the U.S. in recent years. Due to the potential hazards of commercial vehicles, the trucking industry is certainly no exception. A single driver on illegal drugs can have a major impact on safety and, in the event of an accident, cost their company thousands, not to mention any liability costs the company will incur. Proper training can help you to recognize drug abuse among your employees. That has both financial and other costs. Changes in behavior could be an indicator of problems. The supervisor in this case, Don, is faced with a tough situation. Bob has come to him with concerns about a fellow driver. He's very concerned about safety for both the driver and the company. The Department of Transportation has recognized the importance of addressing drug use in the transportation industry. The regulations require trucking companies to have proper training. This is known as an Employee Assistance Program, or EAP. The EAP is to help ensure that you can recognize the symptoms of possible drug abuse by employees. The EAP is also designed to provide recognition training for employees. Though not required, it is highly recommended you have a written company policy outlining the action to be taken when possible drug use by an employee is detected. By doing this, many of your tough decisions can already be made for you when a situation arises. During the course of this tape, you will see how the accusation is dealt with by this particular company, what the minimum requirements of the regulations are, and the process of determining if a reasonable cause test should be performed. How would you handle the situation Don is faced with? Well, a responsible employer will not act hastily in accusing a driver of drug abuse, but will consider all of the circumstances before acting. There are many different ways Don can deal with this problem, but having had thorough training in this area, he knows he should investigate further. When researching the possibility of drug abuse, several things should be considered. In addition to personnel files, you might need logbooks, shipping papers, and other documentation which might help. The more you have, the easier it is for you. Look for excessive workman's comp and insurance claims. What the manager looks for here is the presence of a pattern. Abusers often make claims 3 times more often than other employees. Patterns in time off and sick days taken. Calling in sick and requesting time off more than coworkers, especially on Mondays and Fridays, are other signs to look for. Abusers sometimes request advances against their paycheck to support their habit. Look for an unusual number of these types of requests. Abusers will also have trouble keeping schedules, lose their regard for detail, and develop sloppy handwriting over time. Also, if you start receiving complaints about longtime employees with a good work history, this could be telling you something may have gone wrong, especially if those complaints come from outside the company. The driver's logbooks are also looked at for any unusual or missing entries. Since the logbook is the driver's record of what the driver did and when, it can be an excellent source of information as well. Compare it to fuel receipts and other documents to verify dates and times. As you conduct your research, be sure to keep a written summary of your findings.
Just always standing in the way all the time.
Well, just watch it from now on, will you? I'm tired of this, you know?
I told
That's
you.
the second time.
I told you I didn't see you there.
Why don't you just watch it from now on,
You're
all right?
always standing in the way.
I was trying to help you out.
Calm down. I'll handle it. Come on, Ed. Well, Ed, I really am concerned about you. I mean, you look a little ragged, you look a little run down, tired.
I'm not sick or anything. I'm just a little tired.
Don,
Just a moment.
you have a long-distance call from Tom.
Yeah, I'll take that call from Tom. Ed, if you'll give me a couple of minutes, have yourself a cup of coffee. I'm expecting a very important phone call, okay? And I'll be with you in a couple of minutes, right?
All right.
Hello, Tom. Yeah, appreciate it very much. Look, I'll catch you around next time, okay? All right, bye-bye. Okay, Ed, level with me. What happened?
Look. Well, I was backing up. I was just a little tired. I didn't see him there.
But this was the second time.
I didn't see him. I mean, I looked in my rearview mirror. He wasn't there. I don't know. I mean, it's not my
Lost
fault.
productivity,
I mean, he's always-
absenteeism, and turnover costs, losses from impaired judgment, and accidents all impact the company negatively. Add to that the impacts on family and community. It's estimated by the National Institute on Drug and Alcohol Abuse that drugs and alcohol on the job costs employers approximately $102 billion a year. Experts say that between 10 and 23% of all U.S. workers abuse dangerous substances on the job. Trained as supervisors in a company can save a substantial amount of money each year. It's also important to consult your company attorney or personnel director for an additional opinion when dealing with these types of situations. Outside help can be obtained through services provided by private companies as well. Smaller companies can turn to companies that specialize in these services.
Were there any other problems?
Well, another driver came up to me and said he had seen him when he was on a high.
Did anyone else see this?
Not that I know of, but I did see a noticeable change in his behavior over the span of just a couple of minutes the other day.
What else do you have?
Well, since that complaint, I've done a little bit of research and have found some suspicious behavior patterns.
Like what?
Well, he's had 2 insurance claims in the last 4 months. He's called in sick 4 of the last 7 Mondays, and his logs have gotten sloppy. There's even evidence that a couple have been falsified. Now, Ed has been with this company for a number of years. He's always been a good employee, at least up until now.
Have you had any complaints about him other than from Bob?
Yeah. The last 3 months, I've gotten a couple of calls and letters from one of our shippers complaining about him. He's had some late deliveries. You know something? He's never had anything like that before. Do you think I have enough reason to test him under the reasonable cause testing
From what you've told me so far, I think there's a good basis for a reasonable cause test. Think of it this way. If he is an abuser and you don't test him, he might end up causing an accident, not to mention the possibility of injuring or killing someone. The other thing to look at is the amount of money he's going to cost his company over the next year through benefits, poor work production, and who knows what else. Maybe even property damage and medical bills caused by an accident. For liability reasons, if we think there's reasonable cause, we need to test him. That way, we as a company will be fulfilling our obligations under the current regulations. Also, we won't be left wondering. Either we find out our suspicions are correct, or he clears his name if it's negative.
Okay, let's go ahead with it. I'll set up the meeting right away.
Having a pre-established written company policy has obviously made things go smoother for Don. First, he went to the employee's file to see if there was any evidence which might indicate drug abuse. Then he checked many other sources during his research, as well as noting his own observations to make absolutely sure. And finally, he consulted with the company attorney. Now, if you don't have an attorney at your disposal, the personnel director in your company can help you. You can also get help from outside sources. Private companies, such as consortiums, can offer assistance in setting up a program for you. Any one of these indicators alone does not make a clear case for drug abuse. Individual symptoms can mean the presence of other problems, such as financial difficulties, marital problems, or other personal problems. Refer back to your awareness training in order to make sure you are on solid ground. Now, the next step in continuing on with his company's policy. Don has set up a personal meeting with Ed.
And some of your logbooks have really gotten sloppy. Entries are sometimes missing or inaccurate. Even your handwriting is sloppy. Your logs have always looked so perfect for years, Ed.
Well, I'm just under a lot of stress lately.
Well, these things concern me. You've been a model employee for a number of years, and it looks to us like something is going wrong. We're concerned that if these patterns continue, you may be a threat to this company's safety. We may have a serious safety problem.
Wait a minute. I've never had a single accident or a close call yet. My record is spotless.
Yes, but your paperwork has gotten sloppy, and you've taken a lot of extra time off. People around the terminal here have been noticing how run down you look lately. Just yesterday, you had another episode at the dock. Now, that's the third time in the last 2 weeks you've been careless in the dock area.
Hey, times are tough, you know? A driver like me's got to do whatever he can to earn some extra dough. The fact is, I've got a little job on the side to make ends meet.
What? You never let us know you were working another job. That time is supposed to be logged. You should have come to us, and maybe we could have worked out a different schedule for you.
Well, it's just a little part-time job, just 15 to 20 hours a week.
No wonder your logs are sloppy. You've been hiding the second job, and you know that you can't have another job that's going to interfere with your driving duties. Anyone with a second job is going to have trouble staying awake.
Yeah, I know, but I've never had a problem staying awake behind the wheel yet. I mean, it's not a problem for me.
As I mentioned before, I've talked this over with my bosses and the attorney, and we all agree your work performance has slipped drastically, and we think there is a potential for safety problems. Furthermore, we have decided that you should take a drug test.
What? What are you talking about? Look, I told you, it's just because of my second job.
Knowing about your second job just reaffirms our decision. We already decided to have you take the test based on the things we found. Now look, Ed, we think you're a valuable employee, and we don't want to lose you. But the safety regulations require a test if we have reasonable cause to believe drug use is a possibility. Those laws were made with safety as their priority.
Just wait a minute. I'm not a threat to safety or anything. Does this mean I'm suspended?
Well, we've decided it's best that you don't drive at least until we get a negative result back from the medical review officer. We just want to make sure that you're fit for duty.
So I don't have to take the test, do I?
If you refuse to take the test, you are not qualified to drive.
So when do I have to go into the lab? Tomorrow?
We will provide transportation to the collection center for you when we're done here. Now, there's a possibility that after the test, the medical review officer will get in touch with you directly to discuss the results, but only if they're positive. The medical review officer will not contact us until after talking to you. This meeting between you and the MRO is totally confidential, and we will not know about it. We will merely get the result, positive or negative, and no other details.
So do I have a choice about this?
Yes, you can refuse to take the test, but if you do, you don't drive for us.
Well, okay, but it doesn't seem like I have a choice.
Well, when we get to the collection site, they're going to explain the procedure completely to you and answer any questions you might have.
Although sympathetic and genuinely concerned about his employee, the supervisor is straightforward with the driver about the regulations. Don did not accuse Ed of taking drugs. He kept to the facts, that his work performance had deteriorated. His behavior indicated that drugs were a possible reason enough to order testing. Before the driver left, Don also assured him of complete confidentiality throughout the process. The skills exhibited by this supervisor, skills which are most certainly necessary in order to conduct a meeting such as this, can be acquired only through proper training and education.
Ed, I'm sure you're aware while we're here, we're going to discuss the results of your test. Now, the results show that you were above the cutoff level for amphetamines. Now, I've assumed you have discussed this with the MRO.
Yes, they were pills I was taking to keep me awake. Between my two jobs, there was just no way I could stay alert and awake from both jobs. I had to do something to pay the bills.
Well, like I said a couple of days ago, you're one of the veteran employees at this company and have been a great asset to us. Now, we'd like to keep you on if possible.
How? I mean, what do you mean? I thought if I tested positive, I lost my job.
Well, usually that's the case, Ed, but here on page 5 of the company's policy manual, it does recommend termination of employees who test positive, but it also says that the supervisor can recommend the employee be enrolled in a treatment program as well as other action to correct the problem. So, here's what I'm going to do. I would like for you to enroll in a treatment program if it's okay with you. Now, this program also offers financial counseling.
I don't know. But I guess I'll do anything to get my job back.
Okay. Now, during the rehab period, you won't be on the company payroll. But after the program is over, you're going to be required to test negative before you return to work. Also, you will be subject to follow-up testing.
Okay, I understand.
We're doing this because you're a valuable employee to us, Ed. We don't want to lose you.
Ed was lucky. Drug abuse cases don't always turn out as well as this one. Ed had a supervisor who was able to detect his problem relatively early. Not only did Don detect the problem, but he took the proper steps to deal with it in a timely manner. Don had a lot of help and assistance with this problem, both before and after the situation arose. For instance, long before this circumstance came up, both supervisory personnel and drivers had undergone drug awareness training. Don's company also had a drug policy in place. He had guidelines already outlined in his company manual to follow. Under the DOT regulations, all trucking companies must have an employee assistance program in place. The EAP must provide an educational and training program component for drivers and supervisors, which addresses controlled substances, the effects and consequences of drugs on the workplace, and a written statement on file outlining the motor carrier's EAP. To go along with this, the company must maintain documentation of training given to drivers and supervisors. In the example shown, the driver was tested under the reasonable cause testing requirement, but there are 4 types of testing which a company must comply with. These 4 types of drug testing for commercial motor vehicle drivers are pre-employment, random, reasonable cause, and post-accident. To find out more about these and other drug testing regulations, contact the Federal Highway Administration Office of Motor Carriers in your state or Motor Carrier Safety Assistance Program office. Also, you can consult the Code of Federal Regulations, Title 49, Part 391.
Ed, how you doing?
Good to see you.
You look good. Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great.
Is Don in?
Yes, he's in his office. Why don't you go on back?
Hey, Ed, old buddy, good to see you.
Good to see you.
How you feeling?
Oh, great. I feel like a big weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And that treatment center, they helped me with my finances, too.
Hey, that's great. You ready to come back to work?
You bet.
I'll tell you what, we got the results of your test back. They're negative, and can you come back to work in, say, a week or so?
Sounds great. You know, I want to say thanks to all you guys who've given me a lot of help in the last few months. You know, I can't believe it was me that was taking amphetamines just a couple of months ago.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Good to have you back to work.